Hey, right guys, so obviously most of you aren't in the gym at this time. It's been nearly like, what is it now? A week, okay? So you've had a week's rest and now we're gonna get back to some exercises. Me and Jess are gonna go through them, Jess better than me. But basically we're gonna work through some core work, some cardio work, we're also gonna do some stretching stuff at the end. It's a little bit easier to follow a video than it is to follow the conditioning sheets that your coaches have given you. But obviously still go ahead with those every other day or whatever you feel like. Give them a go and also give this a go. Follow it the best you can. You guys should have some better shapes than us, obviously. Yeah, I hope so. But we're going to be doing maybe some sets and some circuits. So I'll give you a bit more information as we go through it. But we'll only do the exercises once. So say, for example, if we've got single leg V-sits and we've got 5 on each leg, we'll demonstrate some single leg V-sits and then you guys will carry on and do another 2 sets of those to make 3. Okay? So, that's it. Let's get started. Okay, so the first section is going to be part 1. We've got a part 2 and a part 3, but you can do those on different days. So maybe on this day you might choose part 1, and then the next day you might choose part 2, okay? Obviously you can do part 1, part 2 in a day as well if you're feeling extra energetic, okay? But it's completely up to you. So part 1 is cardio and core. So we've got a few things in there like high knees and skipping and stuff. After you've finished all of these reps that we say, then you're gonna have rest, have a little drink, about a minute, 2 minutes rest, and then go through these exercises again to make 3 sets. Now, if you find that's a little bit too difficult, work up to it. Okay, so maybe you might want to do the first one, have a rest, and then do it again to make the second set, and then just not do the third set, and you can then maybe do that the next day. Okay, so just do what you're capable of. Obviously push yourself, because with you guys being out of the gym now for a week and for however long, we're not really too sure. Just keep up with it the best you can, okay, so that we can keep our fitness up, because that's what you'll find will drop, okay?
First exercise is high knees, Jack, for 30 seconds.
30
please.
seconds. Okay, right, so up nice and high, pointed toes throughout each, arms up, blade hands, on the spot. You time me, Jess? You time me?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going forwards.
You are a bit.
Okay.
10 seconds. Stop.
Next one.
Okay, it's skipping. So if you've got a skipping rope at home, you're going to use it, but Jack's going to demonstrate without his skipping rope today.
Okay.
It's for 1 minute.
So exactly the same as normal you would with a skipping rope. If you don't have one, just do this. Exactly the same. Pushing through your toes, nice tight knees. Obviously make sure you've got space, and if you are skipping inside, don't hit the lights. That's how I'll get the blame. Okay, so for a minute, skipping. So if you get your parents to time you, or time it on an iPad or something, done. Is front support runs for a little bit of cardio / core. Okay, so a nice rounding back here, head in the best you can, super straight legs at the start, very nice. So 30 seconds, front support runs, knee to chest, off you go. Good. So knees up really high and then back out to a nice extended front support. Again, rounding here and covering the ears. Try and do these exercises the best you can, guys, and they'll work really well. Next, we've got up, down, down onto your elbows, 30 seconds. Okay, there's a theme going here. A lot of these exercises with 30 seconds, all right? Okay, you ready, Jess? Go for it. Down and up, very good. Try and keep the hips still and the core nice and stable. Make sure you are squeezing, hips under, and breathing all the time, guys, remember, yeah? We always speak about a lot of breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth, control it. 30 seconds, controlled, very good. We've got single leg V-sit, okay, you can do them alternate or you can do 5 on one leg, 5 on the other leg. You have 10 all together, 5 on one leg, 5 on the other leg, okay. Good. So ears covered as best you can doing these exercises. Very nice, super good extension through your knees and finish. Next we've got some tucked dish ups. Okay, so arms up above your head, and we're going to do 10. Off we go. 1, 2, good. Returning back to the dish position each time. Keep the shoulders nice and long as best you can. Very nice. Good, so that's 10 of those smashed. Well done. So next we're going to do like a little bit of dynamic core work with some dead bugs. So just something to remember on these, when the arm goes back, keep it as long as it can be, shrugged up nice and tall, and the same with that extension down the bottom. Okay, so arms up, knees bent, ready to go, and off you go. One arm, one leg, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. Just like that, core engaged all the time, and make sure you have your breathing right, okay? Or else you'll make it more difficult for yourself and more difficult for your muscles. Well done, excellent. Okay, so hopefully now you've smashed those out and now you're on your rest for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. Take a little break, have a little breather, and then you're going to get stuck in with those exercises again. So if you revisit those videos, you're going to do those hopefully 3 times to the best of your ability. Now remember, if you do those in the best shapes you can, focusing on your breathing and your technique, then you will find that they really, really work, okay? Part 2, okay, so this might be you've done part 1 and you're moving on to part 2 the next day, or you're moving on to part 2 straight away if you're feeling good, okay? So obviously appreciate you don't have that much room at home, so we're going to do the caterpillar walks on the spot, okay? So Jess is going to show you part 2 is upper body and some shoulder work, some back work, okay? So caterpillar walk, stretching up tall. Good. All the way out. Nice and long, hips underneath, and walking in. And then you can stand up and turn around and repeat. Look at that hair getting in the way there. Very good. Hips under, knees super tight. Get your breathing right, remember. And up. Very good. So this one here, pretty much just use anything you can to rest your feet on top of it that's not going to break. Okay, maybe the arm of a sofa if your parents let you. Okay, so what we're going to do is some shoulder work here, some upper back work, and we're going to put the feet on top of the block, and we're going to walk the hands in nice and hard. Okay, so 10 of these. Bottom up as high as you can, down as low as you can. Okay, so next we have press up shoulder tap. So we're going to get into front support position, and then we're going to press up shoulder tap, press up opposite shoulder tap. We're going to do 10, so that's 5 on each arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arch rock. So up nice and high with the shoulders. We've got 10 rocks to do, okay? So feet off the floor, arms up nice and high, peek at your hands, and off you go. Good. So heels together all the time, arms up, and again, peeking at your hands the best you can. 10 of those, and you are done. Okay, so next we have handstand using the wall. So Jess is going to demonstrate here. We've got 15 seconds to do. So if you walk your hands in, good. And we are looking for flat hips, good. Toe extension, nice handstand line, rounded in the back, ribs away. 15 seconds, pushing up nice and tall, shoulder shrugging, tall, 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 and done. Okay, so part 3 is mainly going to be focused on legs. Okay, so glutes, quads, hammies, calves, the lot. Okay, all the way down to your ankles. And we're going to work on that, again, 3 sets of each, if you can, with rest intervals in between. Okay, so starting with ankle raise. Okay, on a step, we're going to do 15. Okay, so down and up to nice toe extension all the way up, and down and up. So again, you can use a step for this, a stair, any sort of blocks you have. You can hold on to something for balance if you need to. Again, 15 of those. So next we're moving on to some squats. We're going to do 15 with the best technique you can. Okay, so I'm going to just watch Jess do these, and I'll give you guys some pointers at home to make sure you are doing these correctly too. Okay, so if we have a look, we are looking for no knees over the feet. Okay, and squatting down and up. And if I come from this side, you should see that the knees do not roll in. That's it. Perfect. So pressure on the outside here, no knees in. That's a big no-no. And obviously here we spoke a lot about a goldfish underneath here. Protect the goldfish, make sure you're not squishing it. Very good, 15 of those. Next, some squat jumps. Okay, just a little jump up and a nice controlled absorbed landing. Okay, so good extension to your ankles. That's what I'm looking to see. So we're going to do 15 of these again, and we're going to go down into squat position and up and control on the way down. Okay? Nice and slow and controlled, 15. A few little leg tensioning exercises, okay, to keep the tension in your legs whilst you are away from the gym. A few little ones like this. We're going to do 10 on each leg. Okay, so we're going to do 10 on your right leg, 10 on your left leg. Okay, you ready? Off we go. So up and down. Good, nice and slow and controlled on the way up and on the way down too. So that is 10 on your right and 10 on your left. Good. So we are looking to see you keep your upper body still here and not rocking backwards and forwards when you lift your leg. Good. Finished. And next into pike position, and we're going to do 10 on right, 10 on left again. Okay, so Jess will show you what that looks like. Again, it will be more difficult for you and more of a challenge if you move your hands a little bit further out, like Jess has just shown you there. And if it's a little bit too difficult and you don't feel like you can keep the good technique, then bring your hands back a little bit to make that a little bit easier for you. Okay, so again, that's 10 on each leg. Okay, so next, moving on to a little bit of glutes now. So we're going to do some glute bridges. So here we've got our arms out sideways, knees slightly apart. I know you can't see from there, but Jess's feet and knees are slightly apart. Again, not rolled in. Okay, so we're going to lift up, keeping your core muscles engaged. That's really important. We're not just lifting up with a big arch and back down. Good, squeezing at the top. We're going to do 10. Okay, so just have a look. So we're going up, nice and controlled. Nothing is fast about this one. And we are engaged in our core all the time, and that means you are breathing too. At the top, super squeezed. Good, 10. Okay, then we are going on to some single leg glute bridges. So we are going to lift exactly the same, and we're going to do 10 on each leg. Okay, good. Out and back and down, and then up and out on the opposite leg. Okay, again, if you feel like 10 is too many, you can lower the number to 5. Up and controlled and squeezed. Good. So next we have some Nordic drop variations where we're going to be engaged in your core, elbows out here. Now the goal is to try and keep them out the best you can, and we're going to lower back slowly and pull back up. Okay, so again, this is a good little workout for your core muscles as well as your quads here, and you are just going back as much as it feels comfortable. Okay, you shouldn't have too much pain in your quads or in your stomach, just back to where it feels comfortable. Okay, you feel a little burn and we're pulling back up. Okay, I'm sure Jess can feel those. Yeah. Very good. Okay, take your time. So that is the end of part 3. And that is most of your conditioning and your physical prep stuff done at home for now. So again, remember 3 sets of each if you can. Push yourself and make sure you are getting that technique right the best you can. Okay? So moving on to some stretching stuff now. Okay? So we're going to do a few little bits of hip flexor work. We're going to do some hamstring work. We're going to do some Thomas test and some stuff for your quads too. A little bit of chest work and some shoulder work as well. Here, we're going to go into our lunge position, okay, and we're going to have hips underneath, so isolating our hip flexor here, okay, so really rounded in your chest and pushing nice and long with your hands, and you're almost feeling like you're tucking your hip up into your belly button. Okay, so you are rounding, again, tucking the hips under, which is what we work on a lot in our shaping. Okay, so all of you will be familiar with this exercise, and you are really pushing there. Moving on then into a straight leg here. Okay, so chest down, and we're going to go up with our toes now to flex, and we're going to hold for around 20 to 30 seconds. And that goes for the hip flexor stretch before too. So all of these will be around the 20 to 30 second mark. And back up into the lunge position and making sure we are hips underneath, rounding, last 10 seconds, pushing. Very good. Excellent. So, now we're going to go into splits then. Okay, so we're going to slide down into our split. Now remember, square as you can. Okay, and then we're going to take our arms off the floor and hold, stretching up nice and tall. Okay, that's it. There we go. So we don't want a massive arch in your back, and that goes for all of those exercises we've just done. Okay, so in that hip flexor stretch especially, no arching in the back, keeping it all rounded. So we're actually working on the muscles rather than hurting your back. Good, and we're going to hold for around 30 seconds. Okay, so after you've finished your split stretching on that leg, you are then going to do the other leg too. And then finished on both leg splits, we're going to be moving on to some side split work. Just a little bit of mobility work. Okay, to see if we can improve that range of movement. So we're going to start with, say, right leg, and we're going to have forehead on hands, and we're going to lift the leg around the side slowly, all the way up as high towards the elbow as you can, and back down. The goal is to keep the hips flat, but the knee off the floor when you do these ones. Very good. Okay, so we'll do 10 on each leg. Okay, so next we're going to be working on a little bit of a quad stretch called the Thomas test. First of all, we're going to do it with a nice relaxed straight leg out first. So Jess is going to show you. So we're going to round your back, really nice and rounded. We're on a block here. Okay, hips aren't quite to the edge. They are backwards a little bit. Good, and we're just going to open out one leg, holding on to the other one, and we're just going to let it relax there. That's it, and let it relax, and relax. There we go, and we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. If you find that that's super easy and there's no stretch at all on your quads, then you can pull your heel in towards the block. Again, you're wanting to get to a place where you're feeling it stretch. Good. And then we're going to repeat on the other leg, 30 seconds each leg. Next, we're going to be working on a gastroc stretch first. Okay, so calf stretch. So we're going to go like you're pushing the car up a hill. We've got one leg further back and one leg in front. And we are pushing here to get the heel flat towards the floor and the knee straight. Again, pushing that car up the hill. And this here, your calf is working hard here, stretching out. Good, and hold it there 30 seconds. And we'll change legs. Okay, so keeping the foot nice and square, facing forwards, other leg too, 30 seconds, pushing the car up the hill, straight leg. Sometimes you find that the knee gets a little bit loose. Let's really extend that knee and you'll feel that stretch there. Similar stretch now, but moving down from your gastroc to your soleus. So we're going to go here and we're going to have toes touching the wall to start with, and then we're going to go knee towards the wall here. Now, if that's easy, that's comfortable, okay, nothing's going on there, we are going to move back inch by inch until you can start to feel it down just above your heel and underneath your calf, okay? Good, that's it. So Jess has found it there, and we're making sure that it's all square, okay, and we can see here that this muscle is stretching. And then we'll do 30 seconds and we will change legs. Again, it may be different on each side, okay, so take the time to find out where it's best. Perfect, and hold it there. Okay, so 30 seconds, done. Okay, so next moving on to some shoulder mobility work. We're going to do about 5 or 10 circles, down and up. Keep your lower back and back against the wall. Chest in, rounded the best you can. Focus on your breathing. All the way up. Hopefully to achieve straight elbows, depending on how stiff your lats are. Good. Excellent. Okay, so next we're going to have palms up like this, and we're going to bend your elbows all the way up, and we're going to go down with a nice rounded back. Good, so we're applying pressure, downwards pressure, down through your armpits, down towards the floor. And if you're finding that easy, you can just bend your arms a little bit more, pull them in, and press down a little bit more. Okay, so opening up your lats. Excellent, well done. 30 seconds. Okay, so next we're going to do some circles, some chalk circles we call them. Okay, so opening up your chest here. So we're going to go all the way up and back, keeping your hips nice and square. Okay, so we can see here that hips are facing the side. And we're going to draw that chalk circle all the way up to open, keeping the hand as close as you can to the floor. You'll find that if you are a little bit stiffer in that area, that your hand will be off the floor, so you keep it pressed the best you can. So we will do 5 on each side.